Now, Big Bank recently did an interview with 6ix9ine. For the last couple of years, 6ix9ine has been antagonizing all ATL rappers, calling them snitches, dissing and disrespecting them. However, these...
And we all know he's been doing that just to get somebody's attention. 6ix9ine trying to get back into the rotation. He want people to pay him attention, and for that reason, he's been just saying whatever he could say to try to get a rise out of somebody. And nobody is giving him any attention except for Young Thug, who duplicated his rainbow hairstyle. He didn't say he did that for that reason, but that's what I think.
Guys were smart enough not to give 6ix9ine a response. So 6ix9ine says, all right, cool. Let me go to your OG. Let me pay him to get on his platform. That way, I'm going to make sure that my message gets across to you guys. Now, keep in mind, you guys, this interview was done 4 months ago. And in the last 4 months, Big Bank was going back and forth with himself, questioning if he should actually put this interview out. Now, you guys know, anytime you...
So he got paid to shoot the interview, and 6ix9ine wasn't like, yo, when that interview gonna hit the street? He was just holding it? Or do you think there was some pressure from 6ix9ine and his people? I mean, as if they could give any pressure. I'm not sure.
Something and you start having second thoughts about it, you probably shouldn't have done whatever it was in the first place. That's called having a guilty conscience. Now, yesterday, Big Bang sat down with Ray Daniels and a bunch of other personalities to discuss the real reason why he actually sat down with 6ix9ine for the interview.
Hey, yo, check it out. Due to recent events surrounding the 6ix9ine interview, I had to seek counseling. I had to go to a group because I was spiraling. You know, I called in Dewberry from Dallas, Texas. Ray Daniels from the South Side, you know what I'm saying, of Atlanta. My brother Parlay from the West Side of Atlanta. And you know my dog DJ Scream with that moderated all, man. Y'all go check in, man, you know what I'm saying, and pray for me. You know what I'm saying? Pray for me.
According...
He kidding, right? He joking. He got to be kidding.
It's a Big Bank, you guys. It was all for the money. He chose business over street politics. Here's what he said.
See, Bank, you don't understand your power. He looking at you like all these young street niggas look up to you. So I can't fight 21, Thug, and these. I can't fight them all. But if I go to the OG and make my case, no. And his perception, his perception is you as OG on some Atlanta shit. Like that's I'm gonna go to their OG. Because they got to be their OG. Because
they're my partners. I can't convince nobody. Yeah, but go ahead.
But you're still older than them. They're your partners.
And they respect you. That's the real reason, because they respect you.
Street Bank. I keep telling you this, bro.
You they OG. If them call you and you done beat your demons already. That's what I love about you the most. You fighting your demons. And you like, I'm not with that. So I saw it, but my concern was he was going to use you as what he needed to do, which was basically bring you here and say, look, because it wasn't about you. He knew for a fact, if I do this to Bank, every in Atlanta gonna see
well,
this.
Listen,
right.
But that's why that's what we knew.
And to be real, Tekashi made some good points. There's a lot of niggas telling, and I ain't a big Tekashi fan at all. But don't make it seem like he the only rat.
Ooh, that what we're gonna be from it. Because you have to be able to step outside what you do for people to see how really great you are.
For sure.
Know what I'm saying?
Out your comfort zone.
Yeah.
It was uncomfortable, right?
Yeah, for sure.
At times, probably.
The whole time.
No, the whole time.
But get what? I'm going to keep it real, man. I just said this on Ryder on some G shit. You know what I'm saying? It's still, I'm looking at it when I'm watching it, I'm saying like, damn, Bank, I'm proud of you for even going.
For
you know what I'm saying?
That's
like it took 4 months to get this shit done or whatever, whatever. Like, you know, that was all cap what I put online when I said, hey, y'all, tag 6ix9ine, whatever. We already been trying to do this for months or whatever. They reached out first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we had to figure this shit out.
He's saying they reached out first, but Sean Cotton and Say Cheese, apparently from this tweet, you know what I'm saying? Or is this from IG? Either way, he's saying Big Bank is looking to interview 6ix9ine. And then this is from April 29th. I need y'all to tag 6ix9ine and tell him I need that interview. So what he's saying is they reached out to him first, but it's hard to tell. That's not how it seems.
Tag 6ix9ine, whatever. We already been trying to do this for months or whatever. They reached out first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we had to figure this shit out. I'm battling with myself like, hell nah. What I'm hell nah. Nah. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it in the brick. But then I thought about it like, why not? You know what I'm saying? So I put it online. I'm battling with it. I put it online, see what they say. You know, the usual suspects gonna call. Are you serious? Yeah. Chain gang, hell yeah. KK calling on, hell yeah, do that shit. What? You ain't talking.
I agree with you. I just feel like when you have that place is when feeding your family is more important than your pride.
Facts.
And when you get to that place like me, dog, like I got pride like a motherfucker. I'll go DoorDash to feed my kids with no problem. So if I'm gonna go DoorDash to feed my kids, I'll do an interview.
Exactly.
I do an interview that I don't want to do because that's what life is. Like, you don't think every great Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, anybody we look up to, they all dealt with shit they didn't want to. And that's what made them great.
Big Bang saying he needed the money. I don't know. Or did he want the money? He don't strike me. I'm gonna look into what his numbers are on his channel and some of the things he got going on. He ain't struggling for bread like that. Let's be real.
I thought about this too, like what you just said.
And if that is the case, all you niggas just getting on him about it, all the little niggas that he look up to, Savage and Thug and all them, why y'all ain't looking out for your OG? You gotta have to do interviews with rats? I don't feel like that. I'm just saying one might feel that way if they were in either of their positions.
It's crazy, bro. Nigga risked his life to feed his kid. So you won't do an interview to feed your kid?
Yeah.
Like, keep it a brick. Nigga, we don't risk our life.
Nah.
Freedom.
It makes sense.
I'm talking about to sell somebody something for $10.
It makes sense now.
Like, you finna get $10. You finna stand out all day. Your whole network is $88. And your life is at risk for this $88. And a nigga ain't finna do an interview that gonna potentially make you million.
But you gotta realize something. You a businessman. See, we started talking street shit and we talking business. When you become a businessman, you gotta understand, you gotta brush shoulders with certain people that you really wouldn't brush shoulders with.
Because it's business now.
Because it's business, right?
Facts.
Okay, in the streets, we play a different ball game.
That's what I'm saying, exactly.
I don't fuck with you.
Facts.
So we gotta break down what we talking. We talking street or we talking business?
We talking right now us. We can't
right
speak
now
to
us is business.
It's you know this. It's the hat. It's the hat you see yourself in.
Now nobody would have an issue with this if you didn't call out Gucci Mane for doing the same thing. When the news came out that Gucci Mane told on Pooh Shiesty and he chose business over street politics, you called him out, Big Bang. You said Gucci Mane should have just taken the L on that.
Never did that song. I wouldn't have never did none of that shit because I could never, even though Bang, I'm a totally different now. But I can't outgrow the seeds that I planted. I planted certain seeds that I could never outgrow. Like,
you think Chinese men get ostracized if somebody told or something? You think in K-pop, in Korea and K-pop, you think if a K-pop artist was a victim of a crime and called the police, the rest of Korea would be calling him a snitch. He wouldn't be able to go nowhere and ostracizing him. You think country western star, Garth Brooks, Taylor Swift, I know she's not country western, whatever. You think they have these problems? Why do we have to protect our criminals? Sure, he read it, but that's amongst criminals. If you're no longer in that circle, it shouldn't make a damn difference to you. There's a lot of things I used to believe in that simply don't apply to my current life. At what point do we get to grow the hell up? Worrying about if somebody told and he was a victim and this, that, and third. Now, don't get it confused. I do believe, and my whole life, I have not been this square. And I do understand that Tekashi 6ix9ine in this particular situation is a classic definition of a rat. He was with these dudes. He was out there with them. He was repping 9 Trey. Somebody told me he wasn't. I don't know. It's hard to tell. If you ever see any video back from that time, it's very hard to tell he wasn't repping 9 Trey. And then when things got funky, he rolled over. I don't care what they did to you. It's a crime syndicate. You're supposed to handle it like crime syndicate people do. But if I'm not a crook, if I'm not in the game, why do I give a damn? I used to care about the booger touch and cooties and shit like that. I got to carry that on forever? Forever? Because at once I felt like that? This is ridiculous. And hell yeah, I think Gucci should take the stand.
If I did certain shit, I can't speak on Gucci. I'm just gonna put myself in the shoes and answer it the way I would handle it.
I got you.
If I'm in the streets and I take from niggas, somebody takes something from me, I gotta respect it. Cause they had to respect it. Karma is karma, bro.
I'm with you.
Shit, what goes around comes around for real. I don't know if I believe in karma now. I don't know if people believe in karma now.
What they got to do with Gucci? Gucci was this nigga's boss. They didn't enter into a street contract. Sure, Gucci used to be a street guy, rapped a lot of street stuff, but Gucci was also schizophrenic. Nobody's mentioning that. The old Gucci, fat Gucci, he was schizophrenic. He was undiagnosed. He was a literal schizo, rolling with you niggas, and nobody even noticed. That alone should show you the hypocrisy and how idiotic the street life is. When a goddamn schizo is in the car with you, and y'all think he the man. Y'all want him to go back to moving like he was moving when he was schizo.
But I believe, bro, what you plant come back to you, and you got to respect it in a certain degree.
So do you think he shouldn't have called the police? Or you think that he shouldn't have talked about being with the police?
I think you should have took your L. How many L's you done made take?
And this is what we call selective politicking, you guys. You cannot pick and choose when you want to be a street guy versus when you want to be a businessman. If you
Yes, you can. You could quit. You could leave it alone. You could quit and leave it alone and just walk away from it altogether. Sure, Gucci made those disparaging remarks about Jeezy's people at the Versus. That's what people keep leaning on. Oh, just a few months ago, you was at the Versus and you was talking about so-and-so that you put him in a body bag. First of all, that was 100% a self-defense situation. They came in there to rob Gucci and then somebody let him have it. But what does that have to do with gangsterism anyway? Not saying that Gucci wasn't a real goon or whatever they say he was doing. And sure, it was in poor taste for him to mention Jeezy's homeboy who passed away. Sure it was. But that doesn't, he was acquitted of that crime. What are we talking about? That's not him placing himself in allegiance with street life. It sounds pretty badass if you look at it like that. But that's not him reaffirming his allegiance to the street life. And then people pull the old Vlad interview. I never switched on nobody. I never switched on nobody. This nigga's schizophrenic. This a nigga talking to him in his ear. Frederick Douglass is over here. Tell him you never snitch. I never snitch on nobody. This nigga don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm sorry,
calling out other people for choosing business over streets as a former street guy, then you gotta hold yourself accountable as well. Big Bank, you knew damn well you should not have been sitting down with 6ix9ine for an interview, but because you could not pass up whatever money he offered you, you went against your own street code. Now, a lot of people in media have been calling out Big Bank.
The street code only protects criminals. Never forget that, y'all.
For the same reasons as well. Jim Jones said yesterday, yo, these so-called real niggas would do an interview with a rat for some cheese. How that make you feel, real nigga? LOL. Cameron and Mase also spoke on it on their show.
Can you be a
These niggas.
street? Can you keep the street code and still be a journalist? That's what people are starting to ask.
Right.
And it is because
You can't keep the street code and be nothing. 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 Well, you can be whatever you want until it's tested. Meaning, until you find yourself in a situation where you got to do some street stuff or call the police. When you trapped in a corner and you can cooperate or call the police. You know what I mean? When someone's harmed you and you can take it to the streets or call the police. No, you can't be nothing while still maintaining the street code. You could be a faker. You could pretend to be something else. Come on, man. You think a regular news reporter going wild out on somebody because they call the police? You think a regular news reporter going to get robbed and just hold it down? Nah, just hold it down. You know what I'm saying? Because be in the streets. Shit, Judge Mathis used to be in the streets. He a snitch too. He a goddamn judge now. The rules, Troy Ave said it best, the streets are a myth.
of something, I guess it was 6ix9ine or something, talking to Big Bank or something, and that question was asked. And I thought that was real powerful. I was like, man, I'm going to ask Killer that one day.
Can
you keep the street?
Right. I know Mase ain't talking. You supposed to have been a minister. You be a minister and keep the street code. How does this help us? Who are we protecting?
Street code and still be a great journalist.
Yeah, absolutely. Thinking about it is this, right? Even if I'm writing music or writing a movie or anything, I'm living off memory. I'm not in the streets.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't been in the streets in years. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when you're sitting there saying the street code, it's certain things that I still live by that I wouldn't do. As far as, the reason, like you said, 6ix9ine or whoever, is because I think also, right, what happens is this, and I'm not speaking about anybody specifically, you got podcasters who's gang members, and that shit never goes away.
Yeah.
So when you're a podcaster and you're a gang member, it's like, yo, you tripping, fool.
Get the door.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, Crody, you know what I'm saying? When you're gang related, it never goes away. So people will look for certain shit to be like, yo, that nigga ain't keeping it real. Like,
and finally, Turk and Wicked also spoke on the hypocrisy from Big Bank as well.
The next minute, you don't give a fuck. There are no rules to the game. Those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And that's what Bank fell in. See, say with Gucci. When Gucci, once if the nigga robs me, I'm a business man. I'm out of the game.
Yeah.
But if I take niggas' money, I'm a motherfucker G.
What money he took?
This.
Yeah.
See,
we talking about the money in the contract? You handle that in court. What are we talking? When the last time Gucci robbed somebody, son? What are you talking about?
You 5 foot in and 5 foot out.
Yeah.
If bankers stood on business and said, you know what? I'm out of the game all the way, and out of the game does not mean you're actually doing it physically. It's what you're putting into the universe. What you're putting into the universe. So meaning, you can't say that you're out of the game and then turn around and interview Young Thug and give him a pass or 21 a pass, but then you call 6ix9ine a snitch.
Exactly. 6ix9ine just say, Bank, I paid you to come interview me. Is Bank gonna get that same madness?
Right.
People gonna move the goalposts, but it come a time like, when is right, wrong, leave it all the way alone. Like, I'm just a podcaster.
You just said something, I don't want to forget it. I don't want to forget the move past. If I'm known as a snitch, me and you have went through this before.
Yeah.
With you know, like Bootsy's and stuff. And I can't do a record with him because he's a snitch.
Yeah.
I stand on business and stuff.
Jesus.
But you could go, what's the difference in Bank interviewing a snitch and Kodak doing a song with the
Michael
snitch?
Jackson, Michael.
No. Bank just said on the interview where he shot it yours truly out on Atlanta Culture
What up, though?
that Gucci was dead ass wrong for talking to the police about Pooh Shiesty.
He's not supposed to give his opinion.
And you can go back and you can look at it. He said, and I quote, Gucci could have said that this was all a game. We did it for marketing. If any one of y'all give a statement on Pooh Shiesty, you know, it's beef between us. I'm fired.
Yeah, I heard that. That's so ridiculous. So now not only do I got to take the L, I got to come up with creative lies. Oh, no, this was just all for the video. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I see you, Pooh Shiesty. We'll meet in the streets and I'll freaking do street stuff to you? What?
You. Everything he sat right there and said that shit. He said that Gucci was dead ass wrong for talking to the police about the Pooh Shiesty situation and anybody with him.
He said that because he knows his friends are the other Atlanta rappers and stuff, and that's how they collectively feel, which is bullshit. Because just 2 months ago, fucking 21 Savage was talking about F the streets. What happened to that? These dudes get on my nerves, man.
he should have shut it down.
And
that's what he said.
And that's moving
Not
the
these
goalposts
guys.
that the other people supposed to be doing.
Not these guys. I'm not familiar with their podcast, but they're they're breaking it down. I'm not them. I'm just saying the whole culture is so ridiculous. It's so limited. You know how big the world is? You know how many different situations you can be in? You know how long life is? And we sitting here worried about somebody's street code or whether or not they cooperated with the authorities? For what?